everyone, and hello mysteries. My name is Hilda Fareni Shalalia, and in this video I will present my multicultural literature final project. The object of analysis that I have chosen is the film The Farewell 2019, written and directed by Lulu Wang. The film is inspired by Wang's real-life family experience in which her grandmother was diagnosed with a terminal illness, and the family collectively decided not to inform her of the diagnosis. As a Chinese-American filmmaker, Lulu Wang grew up between Chinese and American cultures, which strongly influenced the themes of identity, family, and cultural values portrayed in the film. I choose The Farewell because it presents multicultural issues in a subtle and emotionally realistic way. Rather than focusing on dramatic conflict, the film explores cultural tension through everyday conversation, silence, and emotional reasoning, making it compelling representation of diasporic experience. Personally, watching the film The Farewell made me reflect on how culture shapes our understanding of truth, responsibility, and love. I realized that moral decisions are not universal but are deeply influenced by cultural values. The film helped me develop greater empathy toward individuals who live between cultures and constantly negotiated their identity. One of the strengths of the film lies in its authentic portrayal of multicultural family dynamic and its use of natural dialogue. However, the slow pacing and understand narrative may feel less engaging for viewers who prefer a fast-paced or highly dramatic storyline. And I will tell you about the synopsis of the film. The story begins with Billy, a Chinese-American woman living in the United States who learns that her grandmother, Nai, has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. When Billy returns to China, she discovers that her family has decided to hide the diagnosis from Nai to protect her emotionally. The rising action develops as Billy struggles with this decision, torn between her Western belief in honesty and her family's Asian values of collective responsibility. The climax occurs when Billy emotionally confronts the weight of keeping the truth from her grandmother. The story concludes with Billy returning to the United States with deeper understanding of her cultural identity and her family's cultural values. Billy experiences identity confusion and feels that she does not fully belong to either culture. She carries Western values such as individualism and honesty, while remaining emotionally attached to Chinese collective values. This tension is evident when a family member tells Billy, like this, "You grew up in America, you think like an America." This dialogue shows how Billy is other within her own family. The first issue of the film is bicultural identity refers to the condition in which an individual forms their identity through the influence of two different cultures. This issue is clearly reflected in the character of Billy, who grew up in America but comes from a Chinese family. The second issue is diaspora, as a complex experience that goes beyond physical displacement. In The Farewell, diaspora is not only present as living away from the homeland, but also as emotional and cultural conflict within the family. This is shown through the family decision not to tell Nai about her illness. While Billy believes in honesty based on Western values, her family believes that emotional responsibility belongs to the collective. This culture conflict is expert when Haybin says, the uncle of the Billy. He says, in the West, life belongs to the individual. In the East, life belongs to the family. These moments highlight how Billy diasporic experience in America shapes her moral perspective. After defining bicultural identity and diaspora, the film further presents language as an important aspect of the multicultural experience through code switching. Code switching refers to the practice of alternating between two or more languages within the same social interaction. In the farewell, Billy frequently switches between English and Mandarin depending on the emotional and cultural context. One clear example occurs in the hospital, when Billy speaks to the doctor in English and says, "Question, do you know about my grandma's condition?" And she used English to discuss sensitive medical information so that Nai does not understand. And the Nai becomes suspicious and asks, "Ni men zai shu sha," meaning, "What are you talking about?" And Billy immediately switching to Mandarin and replies, "Nai, zigi xing she shu yin yu, shu yuo fang yu yin yu gen wu shu wo," meaning, "Grandma, this is doctor is learning English, so he's speaking English with me." This scene shows that Billy uses English as a language of authority and emotional urgency, while Mandarin represents family intimacy and cultural obligation. From this analysis, I gain a deeper understanding that multicultural identity involves constant negotiation, emotional compromise, and linguistic tension, making the farewell a powerful representation of contemporary diasporic life. Okay guys, we arrive to a conclusion. In the conclusion, the film Farewell 2019 offers a nuanced portrayal of multicultural experience by illustrating how identity, diaspora, and language intersect in the life of bicultural individual. Through Billy, negotiations between American individualism and Chinese collective values, the film shows the cultural identity is fluid and continuously shaped by experience. Diaspora in this film not merely geographical, but emotional and cultural, creating more tension with family relationship. Furthermore, Billy frequent code switching highlight her ambivalence and her between position within two culture systems. From this analysis, I gained a deeper understanding that multicultural identity involves constant negotiation, emotional compromise, and linguistic tension, making the farewell a powerful representation. Thank you guys for your attention. See you!